Welcome to the Solid Sports Gaming channel. You're watching another edition of the Solid Sports video blog. Today's date is July 23rd, 2022. This is episode 190 of the Solid Sports video blog. Thank you for joining me once again. I'm Troy West, and thank you for all the support that I get from you guys every day. The support has been great. I appreciate it. With the video game playthroughs and everything else that's been going on. Sonic Origins for sure. Y'all been showing me a lot of love with that. Y'all love that. So thanks so much. But we're gonna talk sports today. You know, this is the sports blog. Not a lot went on this week, so hopefully we have a shorter video. The videos have been long, but we're done with our NFL roundabout series, so that took up a lot of time in the video. But we're gonna talk on normal things. MLB second half started on Thursday. So we'll look ahead to we'll look at the playoff picture so far in the MLB. Mariners, I did get them love. I'm gonna show them some love today. Talk about them a little bit today, even though they lost last night. So their 14-game winning streak came to an end. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the playoff picture. In the NBA, James Harden signed an interesting extension this week, a 2-year extension. But he left some money on the table. I'll talk about him and the Sixers, what it means for the Sixers going on into next season, and just other little news in the NBA and NFL news. Kyler Murray signed this huge contract extension, 5 years, $230.5 million. So he gets his payday finally. So the back and forth with the Cardinals is over, at least for now. Deshaun Watson showed up the Browns cap. We'll talk a little bit about that. And I made my list for the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Kind of tough, but at the same time, I feel good about my list. So I'll share that with you. And I'll post it on all my social media outlets. All my social media outlets will be in the description box. You can check that out when the video is posted. And just some final thoughts. Look ahead, what's going on, what's going to come up in the channel. I'll give you a little update on that as well. So but let's go ahead and get into our video today. Major League Baseball, the second half started. Let's look at the standings, and then we're going to look at the playoff picture throughout the MLB. To me, like I said, I think most of the divisions, other than probably the NL Central, I think that's going to be either St. Louis or Milwaukee. The other team might get a wild card. Let's see, MLB. I always do my baseball first, get it out the way. Like I said, I'm a baseball fan, so let's check out some of these scores, because there's some crazy scores last night. The Baltimore Orioles, up for Baltimore Orioles, fell short against the Yankees, 7-6 last night. My Braves won last night, 8-1 over the Angels. Just some notable scores. Cubs blew out the Phillies 15-2. And did anybody even hear or see this game? The Blue Jays destroyed the White Sox 28-5. What they used to say, I think it used to be somebody who used to be, it probably was Stuart Scott. Rest in peace, Stuart Scott, if it was him. I think most likely it was probably him or Scott Van Pelt, one of them. You just say, we went to a baseball game, but a football game broke out, because this was like a football score, 28-5. Other scores, Giants and the Dodgers win 5-1, and then I missed mentioning the Mariners. They lost 5-2 last night to the Astros. We'll talk about both. Let's talk about the Mariners first, because like I said last week, I meant to really talk about the Mariners, but I forgot. They was hotter than the Orioles was. They won 14 in a row, but this is they're coming to the break, losing this game. But Seattle, I think they for real. I like that kid, the rookie, the all-star, Rodriguez. They got a nice little team around them. So Seattle, I think, is legit for us to stay in contention. I don't think they're gonna fall off. I think this 14-game winning streak proves that they are a legit contender, at least for a playoff spot. We're about to look at the playoffs and the standings. But the Astros, man, they just keep winning, man. Like I think you started to hear people quieter and quieter about that cheating that they did in 2017 or whatever, the side skiller scandal. Still not hearing a lot of people talk, because you really can't, because they still continue to win. But it's just unfortunate things like that happen sometimes. But like I said, I'm not saying you can't cheat, but you know they did cheat, so they deserved everything they got. And that for them to continue to still win, we got to give them their props. But let's look at the standings now in the major leagues. Let's look at the divisions first. Yankees, the leaders in the East, at 65-30, best record in baseball. Clearly, 12 ahead of Tampa. Toronto at 51-43. Boston, he's been struggling. Not just last night, but they've been struggling a little bit the last week or so. They 2 over at 48-46, and then the Orioles lost last night. So they're a game under at 46-47. Central, Twins lead that by a game and a half over the Cleveland Indians. White Sox is right there, 3.5 back. In the West, I mentioned Houston and Seattle. They're the 2 top teams clearly in the West. Everybody else is out of it. But they 11 ahead of Seattle, despite them winning 14 in a row. Mets and my Braves are in second place, a game and a half out. Mets is still in first place. I think we will catch them, hopefully. Central is just 2 teams, like I said, Milwaukee and St. Louis. St. Louis a game and a half back of Milwaukee, and the Dodgers quietly having another great year despite all their injuries. They had 62-30 and 10.5 up on the Padres, as they've been just a month ago. All 3 of them teams was pretty much a game or 2 apart, but the Dodgers have pulled away, and then they're going to get healthier as the season go on. So Dodgers are going to be another contender as well when it comes to the October. Okay, so now let's switch over to the wild card standings. So you know it's an extra team this year, so it's 3 teams. So in the American League it's Tampa plus 1.5, then Seattle and Toronto tied for second and third. Cleveland 2.5 back. It's the next team. Boston 3.5 back. Orioles and White Sox 4.5. And then after that, Texas 8, which is a long shot, but everybody else is more than 10. In the National League, my Braves plus 7. So a nice cushion to at least get a wild card if they don't win the division. So them and the Mets definitely have a big lead to get a playoff spot. Padres plus 3 for that second wild card spot. Philly and St. Louis are tied for the last one. Giants a game back. Miami Marlins 5 back. Colorado Rockies 6.5. Arizona 8. And everybody else is 10 or more. Pittsburgh, Chicago Cubs, Cincinnati, and the Washington Nationals, which the Soto watch is getting stronger and stronger. So I really think he's going to get moved. I think something else came out yesterday that he's just uncomfortable there. So we'll see what contenders are probably going to line up to get that bat. So we'll see. And he has postseason experience, World Series experience as a World Series champion. So it's going to be teams definitely vying for his services. So that's our Major League talk for this week. Every week we just check out the standings, look at the playoff picture. Now we're in the second half of the season, little notes here and there. So let's move on to the NBA now. James Harden, excuse me about my headphones, I don't like nothing on my ears, but this microphone is good. I want to talk about James Harden. Probably the biggest news this week in the NBA. Signed a 2-year extension for $62 million. Actually left some money on the table. And he's been saying a lot of good things this week. I like what he's been saying. He's been saying, he's committed. He want to get back to where he was. And I think he can. He's a former MVP. To me, one of the best offensive players in basketball for sure when he's on. I like him playing pretty much a point guard, 2-guard position. Basically with the ball in his hands, he makes plays or can score, get to the basket. Him and Embiid, with the pieces Philadelphia got Tyrese Maxey. I really like Tyrese Maxey. I think he's gonna be an all-star one day. With a lot of young talent coming up in the NBA, I think he'll be among that. Get Tobias Harris. I think he need to play better. I think he did play as well. Milton, the other pieces around Embiid and Harden could get it done in the East. Like I said, Embiid, like I said, he had a MVP season. He just can't stay healthy for a long period of time. If he could do that, Harden get back to even close to what he was, the Sixers will be formidable in the Eastern Conference. But just to focus on James Harden, I like everything he's doing. I think he's fairly being accountable. How he left Houston was bad look. How he left Brooklyn was a bad look as well. So I think he just want to focus on basketball. He was one of those guys. Him, Kevin Durant, which is still a stalemate there in Brooklyn. Those two guys are similar. Like they love the game. You can tell they love playing basketball in general. You know, like they still do probably business stuff here and there off the court. But I think, especially Kevin Durant, he just want to play basketball. He don't want to worry about the outside media, just all the nonsense. They just love to play basketball. So if he get back, I think James Harden sort of like he saw him partying all the time, hanging with other celebrities, things like that. I think he probably lost a little focus. But if his focus is on basketball, he's going to be a formidable player, and the Sixers will be a contender now. We look at the Eastern Conference though. Like I said, to me, it's still Milwaukee. Boston with the Brogdon addition, I think they're going to be better. The Sixers are through there. Miami ain't gone nowhere. To me, they're the top teams for sure. Brooklyn still with Durant and Kyrie, and they're still there right now. So until they leave, if they come and get on the court, they will always have an outside shot. The rest of the East still like Chicago and Charlotte. Up and coming teams in the East, still got some work to do, but this is good news for the Sixers though. This is good news for the Sixers, good news for the NBA, because James Harden, when he's on, he's fun to watch. Like I said, I think if Embiid can stay healthy majority of the season, the Sixers would be right there with a chance. So, but I like what I heard from James. So I'm looking forward to see the Sixers this season. Well, we'll see if they can add another piece or something, you know. So just other small little news, like Russell Westbrook, he been being talked about in the media lately. He opted in his contract, but who wouldn't, for $47 million. Lakers been trying to shop him here and there. Even hear rumors about Brooklyn and other places, but it's gonna be hard to move that $47 million. Now I think Russell Westbrook need to take a little bit of responsibility. He didn't play well last year. Could have played better, but the Lakers circumstance, I think they overlooked that Anthony Davis was hurt, and I don't put it all on Russell Westbrook. LeBron James as well. He played well, but he was injured in and out the lineup. And then the rest of the Lakers team is just not good pieces to put around. So. And just like I just said about Brooklyn, same situation. Like they just got too much talent, so you can't completely dismiss them. Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James, you just never know how that team's gonna work out. But you know the talent's there, so you know they're capable. You know you wouldn't be shocked to see them in the finals. You know, because of the talent. But Russ, he been saying, Donovan Ham, the new coach, he's embraced him, at least on the outside. So. I think you have to, because he pretty much stuck with him. It'd be a surprise. Now, people was bringing up buyout. Now, for me, this is just me. If I'm Russ, if they could buy me out, all right, my contract's 47. If I can get like 30 and become a free agent, I'd do it. I'd do it unless he really want to be there. I'd do it. If I want to leave, if it's, I don't know if he wants to leave or not. Now that he knowing the Lakers been shopping him, but if I wanted to leave, I'd say if you give me $30 million, you could buy me out for 30. I'd take the 30 and then see what the market is out there. Then you have your choice. But I think he opted in because of the money, for sure, because of $47 million. He ain't gonna leave $47 million on the table. But I think also, I think he really wants to be a Laker. I think the other stuff I read about it say, he's from Los Angeles. I really don't think he want to leave. I think he want to try to make it work. So And Coach Ham has said multiple platforms that he's looking forward to working with Russ. I think he already met him, so I think they in the lab trying to get something together. And I still believe in Russell Westbrook. I still believe in James Harden. I still believe in Kyrie Irving. They the top talent in the NBA. Now we got some young guys coming, like Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards from Minnesota. We got a lot of young guys, Tatum and Brown in Boston. So we got some young guys. These guys are a little bit longer in the tooth. But Russ can still be Russ. He averaged a triple-double. That's not, I don't care. That's not hard. That's not easy to do. So I think if he's focused more on just running the offense, because like I said, I'm old school when it comes to basketball. I'm old school like 90s basketball, like the Jason Kidds, that he averaged 13 points a game, but he impacted the game so much by just setting guys up, getting them to their spots. I used to love watching Jason Kidd play. It was a work of art. So like if he sort of take that approach, just reel it back a little bit, score when you gotta score, but like reel it back, just get guys to their spots, get guys to their shots, or like I said, let LeBron run the point, and you just sort of, but see, that's not Russ' game either, just freelancing, but he's, I think they can make it work if they really dedicated, so I think they can work at least to be a winning team. So but yeah, he's been in the news a lot, all these rumors, all these narratives and stuff, but I think he really wants to be there. I think Donovan Ham not just saying this just to say it. I think it's some truth to it, and I think the Lakers can make it work. But if I'm him, if I did want to leave, I would say give me $30 million and I'll walk, and see who else out there would probably want him. And there's probably some teams out there. I can't think of none on top of my head, but somebody would want Russ, or somebody say go back to Oklahoma City, as they got a young coming team coming up, and they would definitely embrace him back there. But I think if he goes somewhere like that, and I'll just be honest, like I want to continue to develop my young guys. He would still start, but he wouldn't get like, he wouldn't play like a lot of minutes. I would get my young guys in there. To develop my young guys. So but we'll see how that goes. Like I said, it was still just in July. Season don't start to October, so a lot of things can happen between now and then. So but yeah, he was in the news a lot of different topics about him. So alright, so that's the NBA for this week. Let's move on to the NFL. Congratulations to Kyler Murray. 5-year extension for $230.5 million. All that chicken chatter, even during the end of the season last year, how he wanted out, he requested a trade, then he took it back. Cardinals said some stuff I think they should have kept in house. Just a mess, just a little bit of a messy situation. But now this ends all that. You dedicate yourself to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. I think they should have did it. I don't think they would try to look elsewhere. One thing I say about the NFL right now, most teams have their guy that they believe in. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. I'm gonna do my top 5 quarterbacks in a second. But most people got their guy, and I think the Cardinals realize this is their guy now. The knock on Murray in the last 2 seasons is his second half. His second half of the season sort of tailed off. You're not going to have DeAndre Hopkins the first 6 games, so that's going to be interesting. Can Hollywood Brown really step into a role? And the other young talent they got there in Arizona. Defensively, can they stay healthy and consistent? But as far as Kyler Murray, I like him. Not to say this is just, it's probably about to laugh at me. The Madden ratings came out this week, but I play a lot of Madden. Stay tuned for that. That'll be on the channel soon, next month. And rest in peace to John Madden, a legend of his own. But Kyler, I like mobile quarterbacks now. That's the new regime now. Have somebody that can move when things break down, or if you're out, or you can sort of cheat, not focus on your offensive line, but your guy can move a little bit, so you can sort of cheat with that. So I like a guy that can move. But I used to use him on Madden last year. That's the team I used. That was my team, the Cardinals. He can roll out the pocket. He can run if you got to. But a lot of people still worried about most of these guys, especially him, because he's smaller. His durability, can he stay healthy? He sort of broke down a little bit last year, and as the Cardinals lifted to the playoffs, they wound up getting destroyed by the Rams, which should be eventual champions. But Kyler, I'm happy for him. They asked him, is he going to play baseball? He laughed at that notion, but I think he could do it, though, if he wanted to. But all this chatter stuff is all over with. Now, what did this mean for the future for other guys like Lamar Jackson? They've been talking about him. Me being a Ravens fan, I've been following that a lot. I think Lamar deserves at least something similar to this. He already won the MVP, which is a rare thing to do in the NFL. He had a good year last year before he got hurt. Lamar, to me, is he's just going to get better. I really believe that. And you better pay him now. You got to pay your guy now. I think if I'm the LA Chargers, I'd give Herbert his money now. All these guys, Burrow, Cincinnati, I would go to him with something. See if he'll bite, or will they wait? Because if you wait, you're going to be paying some money. You're going to be paying more. So I think if you're the Ravens today, I would try to pay him. Now, if he turns it down, he turns it down. But I would come to him with an offer. If you were to save some money, if you think about it on that standpoint, you're going to be paying more money because these guys just going to get better. Like I said, from the Chargers, I've Herbert. I think he's going to get better. You better pay these guys now. That's why Buffalo was smart. Yeah, you gave Josh Allen his money early. Now the other young guys like Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson for the Jets. A few other young guys, they still got to prove it a little bit more. I wouldn't pay them yet. I would see to give them another year or two. But Herbert and Lamar, you better pay those two now for sure. If you're the charge of the Ravens, pay them now, give them their money. And Deshaun Watson with the cap yesterday for the Browns. His contract pretty much threw a monkey wrench on all NFL quarterback contracts. He got his money fully guaranteed. So now most quarterbacks going to want their money fully guaranteed now. So if I'm the Ravens, I'm the Chargers. I think the Cardinals were smart to go and get this out the way. Pay these guys now because you're going to be paying more. The longer you wait, the more you're going to be paying. So. But I think this was significant. Congratulations to Kyler again. I really like him. I like the Cardinals. He's exciting. So I think the Cardinals going to still have another decent year. It's going to be rough. I looked at the schedule this morning. They gonna have a rough time, but they got a rough schedule. But I think they can pull through it. They might be a playoff team again this year. And we'll talk about all that next month once we get closer to the season. I just mentioned Deshaun Watson. He showed up the Browns cap. Like I said, I'm gonna reiterate again. Still no ruling on his suspension, but I don't think it's gonna be a year. I'd be really shocked if he gets a year. They shied Josh Rosen yesterday. The Browns did, which is just for assurance. You got Jacoby Brissett there, so they probably want to see how Rosen look in the preseason. Because I doubt if Deshaun plays out. He might play, but it's only 3 games now. They might just not even play him. Or if he plays, he's not going to play barely at all. Yeah, I don't think this suspension going to be a year. I really stand strong on that. I think it's going to be close to 10 games, but I don't think it's going to be a whole year. So I think the Browns sort of got an idea about that. So I think that's why. They just went ahead and let Baker go, and it's moving on with this new regime. So I'd be shocked if he gets a year. But Watson, he gotta show face now. Despite him complaining with his innocence, it's still a bad look. So I think he gotta show his dedication, that he really wants to be there in Cleveland, which I think he did. That's why they made this move. You got one of the biggest contracts in NFL history, so now you got to show up. So it's not surprised that he's there. He's going to have to put in the work, show the Browns that he's still Watson. You haven't seen him in almost 2 years on the field, so we'll see how that works out for Deshaun and the Browns. Interesting story. So I keep my eye on it. As soon as it's suspicion, as soon as I found out the suspicion, I'm gonna do a short on that on my YouTube channel. So check it out. All my shorts, I got a lot of shorts, but I haven't been doing them since the NBA Finals ended that much. So, but yeah, if he gets a year, if Deshaun gets a year, I'd be shocked. But I don't think so. I think he's gonna get probably closer to 10 games, and then the Browns can move on, he can move on, and we can move on from the situation. But if he's any type of guilty at all, like I said, he put himself in this situation. It's just a weird story anyway, getting all the massage. I like massages myself, but I would probably just stick to one massager if I was him. I think that's what makes it weird, because there's so many of them. So but that's a story for another day. I just want to reiterate that I don't think he's going to get a year suspension. Alright, so now we finally made it to one of the biggest topics of today. The top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now going into the season. This list was a little bit hard, some honorable mentions I'm gonna throw out there right now. I was trying to put Russell Wilson in there, because I still believe in Russell Wilson, but he's not on this list. Brought up Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson. Those two guys not on this list, but you could argue those two guys deserve to be up there. No Dak Prescott. He's not on the list either, for you Cowboys fans. So let's go ahead and get into the list. I like to start from 5 and go up to 1. Yeah, we got plenty of time. We have a good time today. Yeah, we should be under maybe close to 30 minutes today, maybe. Okay. Alright, so let's start at number 5. Joe Burrow for the Cincinnati Bengals. Just was in the Super Bowl last year. What this guy did to me, with the bad offense, because that offense line was bad, was basically terrible. I think he was sacked the most times last year. Still did what he did. Still carried the Bengals to the Super Bowl. Him and Jamar Chase on the offensive side. Joe Mixon still doing what he do with the offensive line being so bad. They improved that. I expect the Bengals to be a Super Bowl team this year. I think Joe Burrow is going to continue to get better and better and better. And he was just in the Super Bowl last year, so I give him his props for that. Oh, another honorable mention. No Matthew Stafford on this list either. Sorry, Rams fans, but he's a champion, so I can't, I could get people pushing me back on that. But I guess I asked you who you was about. Maybe switching for Burrow because he just beat Burrow. But I think everybody else above this list, it'd be hard for me to switch him out for. Okay, number 4, Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. This guy, to me, he's been quietly just improving every year. I think the talent he has by running the ball, he's a big guy, strong arm. Stephon Diggs definitely helps him have a go-to receiver that he could go to. A lot of people on the Bills to maybe represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, so there's some pressure on him this year. But I think he can handle the pressure. I think the Bills will be a contender. I'm not going to go Super Bowl yet. I'm still thinking about that, but I think he's the real deal, what he did in the playoffs, even though they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. I just think he's big time, and I think he's going to continue to improve, so he's number 4 on my list. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers. Some people say he should be higher, but he's 3rd on my list, mainly because his playoff performances has been bad. The last couple of years, it's just simply been bad. Against the Niners last year, he was a shell of himself. I think there's a little bit of pressure on him this year as well, to do something for the Packers. But he could move back up. How talented he is. One of the best talented quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. I'm not going to front on that. But just won Super Bowl. I think the narrative starting to, well, it's not a narrative, it's the truth. Really, his playoff performances has been subpar. So, but we just came off MVP, so you gotta put him on this list for that. But I got him 3rd. Number 2, Tom Brady, still doing it at 45 years old. Quietly had another monster year last year. Sort of quietly, but loudly, because it's Tom Brady. Didn't stay retired. Like, I knew that retirement wasn't. I said if he does do it, he's gonna come. He's gonna come right back. And he wound up doing basically a month retired. So, but just what he's continued to do, he's the greatest of all time. You can't deny that. 7 Super Bowl titles. Probably be a contention for another one this year. All the rumors about the Tampa to Miami, all that nonsense. Who cares? People bringing that up, but he's in Tampa. I think he's in Tampa. He's dedicated. You know he's gonna be dedicated. He's gonna give you everything he got. Greatest of all time, and still second in the NFL among quarterbacks. And the number one probably figured it out. Patrick Mahomes for the Kansas City Chiefs. Just all the tools you need the quarterback now. He got some pressure on him this season. No Tyreek Hill. Still got Travis Kelce, who is the best tight end in football, hands down. We'll probably do a tight end list, a running back list. Probably do a running back list next week. But yeah, so he got some pressure on him this year. The division is improved with Russell Wilson now with the Broncos. The Chargers are coming. The Raiders are quietly a contender as well. So you got a tougher division for the first time. Well, really, since you've been in the league. So we're gonna have a lot of prove-it moments this year. And I think he's capable, so he's number one. Alright, so to recap, Joe Burrow for the Cincinnati Bengals, he's number 5. Number 4, Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers. Number 2, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady, the greatest. Number 2, and number 1, Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's my top 5 list. I put it on social media. Let's see if anybody push back. I want to have the little debate, so definitely feel free to comment if you agree or disagree with the list, and I'm gonna post it on social media a little bit later on this evening. So we got through the show. We're done. Like I said, we were at about a little over 30 minutes, so not a bad show today. So let me give you an update of what's going on with the channel. Of course, like I said, thank you guys so much for all the support through Sonic Origins, excuse me, which be giving me a lot of views, get some traffic to my channel. I'm at 96 subscribers as we speak right now. It keep going from 94 to 96, which is weird, but it's at 96. I set the goal for 100 by October. I'm gonna see if my man Good Vibes is right. Shout out to you, Good Vibes, if you watch it, bro. Thanks for your support as well. We'll see if I get to, he said I'm gonna get it before the end of this month. So there's about a week left in this month, so we'll see if I get it or not. But if so, I'll definitely let you guys know immediately that I'm at 100. I kind of want to get to 101, 102 just to be sure, because if I'm sitting right at 100, that could go back down to 99, just like this 94, 96 thing been going on. But despite that, I appreciate all y'all support. Things been going very, very well with that game. My 2 newest projects, Stray and Infamous First Light, getting some traction. Like I said, I'm on Twitter now. That'll be in the handle. Be in the description. Still get used to those hashtags, but yeah, Stray. I like Stray. That game is kind of cool. You playing as a cat, and now I'm at this part where we got this little light weapon to destroy those little Zork things that chase you around. A lot of people play as Stray, so definitely check that game out. And First Light, Infamous. I played Infamous before, but it's the first one I played on the channel. This game just sounds so familiar to me, probably because it's Second Son. I think you get to play as her in that. I don't know. I just know, you did some stuff with her, so the game just feel familiar. But Sony need to come out with another Infamous. That'd be cool for the PS5. That'd be great. So I'm throwing that out there, right? PlayStation, throwing that out right now. But as far as newest projects, like I said, Madden will probably be the newest one. I didn't come out to the middle of August, so I've been doing that this year. Like I said, my weekends is gonna be my sports days. This weekend I work, so tomorrow I ain't gonna be doing no videos. Tomorrow, Sunday, I do my videos during the week, during the daytime. But like MLB The Show, we're not done with that yet. that's every other Sunday, so it's not the Sunday for it now. Today's Saturday. I'm gonna take me a little nap, probably get up, do a couple videos, so quick videos, probably some Turtles and some more Sonic Origins. I start a mirror mode playlist with Sonic the Hedgehog 1. That's been getting the most traction as far as games. That and Sonic CD, for some reason, been getting the most traction. So I'm gonna go back to Sonic 1. It's gonna be mirror mode. So with the game, so it's gonna be going from the left, well, on your screen, well, basically backwards. It's going this way. Instead of going this way, or most side scrollers, you're gonna go the opposite way, which is gonna be weird, I think, especially when I get to the certain zones. It's gonna be weird, but like I said, I'm gonna milk that game until I play every mode of that game, and I want to do a live stream of that as well, either Twitch or YouTube. I was gonna go live on Twitch last night, but I was like, nah, you know. But I'm probably gonna do Ninja Turtles, Call of Duty Vanguard. That's a game I didn't bring up. I got a lot of videos of that up though. Like if I go back to all my old Call of Duties, I probably got 10 of each. But this I'm at 17. So but I'm still gonna kick them out, you know. But with that being said, thank you guys again. You guys have been great. Maybe we'll get to 100 by this week. I don't know. Man, good vibes. It's a little, I don't want to say it's a bet, but I told him I don't know about that, bro. But he's been right, you know, so far. If I get to it, I definitely have to give him props for it, for being a predictor. But I just was being a realistic person. But thank you guys. Like I said, thank you guys. Y'all guys have been so great. So follow me. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook now. I just started Facebook and Twitter this week. Twitter just a couple days ago. Twitch and YouTube, of course. PlayStation Network, because I gotta thank them too, because that's been a lot of my traction through Sonic been coming from as well. So but all that'll be in the description. Hope y'all enjoyed this video today. Definitely one of my shorter ones. Next week we'll do NFL running backs. We'll do NFL running backs next week, top 5 currently in the NFL right now. We'll do that next week. I'm gonna put up my top 5 list later on today. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, man. Thanks for the support. Peace and love always. Enjoy your weekend. I don't even want to do my trademark, you know, when I blow the peace sign kiss, because now I see, now that I'm back on Instagram, I see a lot of the women do it. So I think I did a quick funny story. I did a what you call those things, like a story, right? And I kind of did the little boomerang, so I kept doing like this, right? I don't know, like I started looking around, I was like, I don't think I should have did that. I ain't get nobody comment, but I know people's probably thinking like, you know, I was like, nah, so I gotta kill that. They see some people always taking my stuff, man, but I've been doing that since I was a kid, through Street Fighter 2, and then LL Cool J used to do it, Sonic did it, you know, so, you know, it's more from my childhood. That's how I used to do it, excuse me. So but thank you guys, man. Like I said, thank you guys. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Stay cool. It's hot all over the country if you're in America. Even overseas, I heard it's hot in certain areas, like the UK and stuff. But we're very hot here. Tomorrow we're supposed to reach 100 degrees in Baltimore, Maryland. So I can imagine how it is down south. I heard Arizona, somewhere I want to go, they was at 110 over there. So definitely stay hydrated, stay cool, stay safe as well. And I love you guys, man. I'll talk to you guys next week. You know, just check me out during the week. I might do some shorts. I'll be on today. I don't know what I'm gonna do today, but I might do a couple of videos today. I don't know if what or who or when, but I am, and I'm just gonna take a nap, try to enjoy the rest of my morning, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching Silent Sports Gaming Channel, episode 190 of the Silent Sports Video Blog. Until next time, see you guys. Peace and love always.